Hello, my name is Don and welcome to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be testing 4 more Ruger 1022 bolts. This time, they all have the same exact headspace. You're not going to want to miss this one. Stay tuned. Alright guys, so I took apart 9 of my 1022s and I pulled the bolts out and I measured the headspace on each and every one of them. Turns out the 2 that I tested in the last video that had different headspace, that's kind of an enigma. They're pretty hard to find apparently, because out of the 9, 7 of them have the same exact headspace within a couple of thousandths. So the ones that I tested in the last video, they're not very common and you're probably not going to be able to find them. So I want to talk about who is sponsoring this video, and the sponsor of this video it's me. Guys, I own a small auto repair shop, and my auto repair shop pays for all the ammunition, the cameras, the gear, everything. Now, every once in a while, I do get a product, and in today's video, the only thing that you're going to see that was paid for by somebody else, or was given to me, I should say, is the Faxon bolt that we'll be testing today. Now, I do have a relationship with Faxon. I do get, if you follow the link in my description, I get 7% of anything that you would buy using my link. And guys, it's very well needed to help support this channel. You would be surprised to know how much it costs to make these videos on a weekly basis. So if you want to keep seeing videos on a weekly basis, please go down to my Patreon, go to Buy Me a Coffee, and help support the channel. So what we're going to do today is we're going to shoot 4 of these bolts, all by different manufacturers, and we're going to see if it makes that big of a difference. We're also going to be using 1 magazine. Now, I've seen it in the comments many times where guys are claiming that certain magazines will not shoot good groups. There's something about them that's causing them to not shoot well. Guys are marking them, they're taking them out of rotation. Now guys, what I do with my 10 round magazines is I clock them all the same way, so they all have the same tension on them, and I polish up the feed lips. I do everything I can do to make sure that each and every one of those magazines is consistent. And I've never really seen this problem that these guys are talking about with the 10 round magazines, but the 15 round magazines and the 25s, I have seen some issues. I've seen some where they won't like cycle in the last round, or they'll shoot the first round really low, but I haven't seen that with my tuned 10 rounders. So at any rate, we're going to use 1 magazine today to make sure that everything stays consistent in this test. So we're going to be using the Shilen 1022 barreled action in this video today. Now, I've had mixed results with the Shilen barrel. Sometimes it shoots good, sometimes it doesn't. And I'm kind of wondering if maybe I just didn't have the right barrel bolt combination going on. So hopefully in today's video, we'll be able to figure out which bolt that I have on hand works best with the Shilen barrel. Now guys, I have this in the MDT ORYX chassis, and as far as 1022 chassis go, I've tried a lot of them, and this is by far the most rigid, solid chassis that I've ever tried in a 1022. Now there's a few out there that have come out that I have not tried yet, but as far as everything that I've been using, this has been by far the most solid chassis I have available. Now I'm using the MDT Pro Elite grip on here. We're using a Accutech bipod, and this bag rider is a JKL Bag Rider, and for a 3D printed product, this thing works awesome, so I highly recommend it. I will leave a link down in the description. Now guys, I don't get anything from any of these people. I'm not being paid to tell you how good their products are. They're just good products, and I'd like people to know about it. We're using the Trigger Cam camera. We're using the Arken EP5 scope. Now we're going to be using 4 different bolts. We're going to be using a Faxon bolt, a Brownells bolt, a Ruger 1022 bolt, and another Kid bolt. And like I said, each one of these has the exact same headspace. Now I've also switched to SK Standard Plus ammunition. It's getting kind of pricey to keep using Lapua long range. It's about double the money, and this Standard Plus is still pretty consistent ammunition, and it should work out okay for this test. So what we're going to do is I'm going to shoot 4 different bolts, a Faxon, a Brownells, a Ruger bolt, and a Kid bolt. I'm going to shoot 4 groups with each bolt. We're going to monitor the chronograph data and the group size. Whichever one has the smallest group size, we're going to put that bolt back in the gun, and we're going to shoot 4 more groups and see if it's repeatable. So here we go. Now this is the Ruger bolt. Forgot to turn on the chronograph.
1043. 1016. 1013. 1012. 1028. 1037. 1033. 1020. 1039. 1033. 1018. 1037. 1034. 1021. 1041.
Well, that wasn't so hot. So average of all shots 1028, extreme spread of 31, and a standard deviation of 10. Not that bad. Not that much worse than the Lapua, actually. Here we go. This is the Faxon bolt. Not terrible.
One 1047. 1024. 1042. 1039. 1021.
So it didn't register the first 5 shots. Oh, I didn't even notice it, honestly. Shooting away, not paying attention. That cost me 5 more rounds. All right, here we go.
1037. 1022. 1027. 1022. 1044. 1025. 1030. 1031.
1031, average of all shots, extreme spread of 26, and a standard deviation of 8. So almost identical to what the Lapua long range was doing. So let me swap it out again. All right, here we go on the Brownells bolt.
One 1041. 1054. 1012. 1040. 1027. 1031. 1024. 1033. 1024. 1041.
So not horrible.
1029. 1043. 1032. 1030. 1033. 1058. 1020. 1028. 1044.
Alright, so what do we got on this one? Average of all shots, 1033, extreme spread of 46, and a standard deviation of 11. Alright, here we go, last one, the kid. Come on. Horse. It's registering it on the chronograph, just not on the phone. Try it again. Still not registering. Alright, try it again. It's not picking it up at all.
0.
Try it again. Alright, that's it. Let me measure things up and I'll get right back to you. So I got everything measured up, and the Ruger came in at a 0.45, the Faxon a 0.37, a Brownells a 0.46, and the kid came in at a 0.54. So out of all four bolts, the Faxon came in quite a bit better than the other three at a 0.37. So let's throw that back in the rifle and shoot 4 more groups. By the time I got done doing the test, it had gotten dark out, so I put a light by the target and then I just finished filming with the trigger cam. Alright guys, so even though the Faxon didn't shoot quite as good as it did the last time, it shot a 0.37 the last time, a 0.39 this time. You know, its closest competitor was the Ruger bolt at a 0.45, and then the Brownells at a 0.46. Alright guys, so it looks like the Shilen barrel liked the Faxon bolt the best. And just like in the last video, it was repeatable, and again, the difference in group size was substantial. So in the last video, I assumed, since we had different head space in each bolt, that that's what caused each bolt to shoot differently, and that may have had a lot to do with how the groups were in the last video. But today, I can't really use that as a concrete, yes, this is why each bolt shot differently, because each bolt had the same exact head space. So I still think it wouldn't hurt to have a few bolts laying around, a few different bolts that you can try with each ammunition. If you're getting something that's not shooting quite up to par, try a different bolt, just like I said in the last video. Even though it doesn't seem to be the headspace that's causing it, there is definitely a difference here. Every time that I have a result here, you may have a different result, different ammunition, different equipment. There's just no way to guarantee that what I'm doing here is going to match up with what you do at home. So, you know, guys, no matter what it is fun to get a different bolt in the rifle, try out different things, and just to get out there and shoot. That's what it's all about, just having fun, shooting your 22 long rifle, and just enjoying the outdoors. So, all right guys, well, that's pretty much all I got for you today. So if you like what you saw, please give it a big thumbs up. And if you like what I'm doing here, guys, go down there, go down to my Patreon, go to Buy Me a Coffee. I could use your help. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.